everybody to another episode of Greenbox Convos. It's your boy JSTLando,
And the man, Marby,
just
just
Marby.
Marby.
Love it. Well, look at here. We're here to talk about this or that or this, giving you weekly recap of the previous week or what have you, depending on when you see this. And we added on a new feature where we're gonna throw in like a top five towards the end of the show of random things. We don't know what it's gonna be until we know what it's gonna be. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
And with that being said, Mr. Marby, how was your week?
Not bad, brother. It was long as hell. Shit. How about
Yeah,
you?
man. Got told this morning that shit was bullshit.
Really?
I Yeah, because I parked in the visitors for
Mm.
whatever reason. I just know I remember parking in the visitors and to bring in groceries actually, and then I was supposed to go move my car, but I forgot, and then I ate
Mhm.
and fell asleep, and I woke up. It was 12:45. They put the note on there. Hey, it's gone. So they told you. I was like, oh, this is some bullshit.
Mm.
310 of them things, man.
Mm. Could have been used for something else, boy. After
You
using
feel
your
me?
stem.
Yeah, man. Told man got my stimmy.
Hey, bro. Hey, don't worry. We put some on your GoFundMe.
Hey, yeah, man, go ahead and start me this GoFundMe like I got Gorilla Glue on my shit. Help a brother out. Shit.
For real.
Got me from my stimmy.
For
Shit.
real. All right,
All
you
right,
ready
man,
to
but
get in it?
let's do it.
All
Hit
right.
me.
Derek Jackson. Relationship guru Derek Jackson. Simple here. He got caught cheating on his devoted wife after telling these women that they need to avoid niggas just like him. And they were eating his ass alive. Tell me, what's your thoughts on Derek Jackson?
I'm still not off of this nigga's cap. Fuck him. Look, man, when he first started coming out on social media and talking about this, I was listening for a second. I was like, wait a minute, time out. This man is not helping to understand the plight and struggle of the black man. He's just bashing the hell out of him. Oh, you don't need him because X. You don't need him because Y. You need to move on because this. You know what I mean? I was like, wait, hold on, brother. Hold on. You just teaching them to be happy alone, but not with someone unless they provide something that benefits only the female. So I stopped listening to dude. But I
Mm,
kept hearing, the rumblings. I kept seeing the video like scrolling by myself. I'm like, okay, so he's doing his thing. Then it comes out, he over there got mistress after mistress after mistress after mistress up to a dozen women,
mhm.
bruh. A dozen women. I was like, damn.
Yeah, it's
And
always, yeah.
oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was gonna say, and then they talking about it happened, or she found out, oh, like what, 7, 8 months ago, and that it's been over, and this is just coming out because people are coming forward. However, what's really happening, from what I hear, is that one of the mistresses, is pregnant, and
Mm,
he ain't trying to claim.
wow, that's got to be wow, bro.
Hey man, you know, hey man, I
Like,
know here through Jones.
like I know, dude, and like I mean, I've seen like probably one or maybe ever two of his videos, and I didn't watch it because I was just like, okay, he trying to game women, you know what I mean? Like you can see a
Right.
hustler. Every time there's something, there's always going to be an opportunist, and he just came over as an opportunist to me. And plus, like I just don't trust dudes
Facts.
that are like goody two shoes. Like the more holier than thou you act, it's like the worse your dirt is. And I just kind of felt that, bro. And I mean, I feel for his wife because like now she got to go on the videos and the apology tour.
But see, she shouldn't have to. She should now because she appeared in that video holding hands and she, taking up for her man. But now you looking goofy with that
Yeah,
fool.
Yeah, like I see the first one, but like the other ones, it's like chick don't ever post. Like you ain't gotta explain shit. Like, but it's I mean, she's got to save his brand. Like that's how they make money. That's probably how he bought
Facts.
his house. He got 1 million followers, so it's like if women are
Facts.
eating that up and buying his stuff, like she got to secure the bag. You know what I mean? I'm sure she want to like drag dude, but it's like, hey, I got to do what's right for our well being. So, but I mean, it's an unfortunate situation for her because like he just got her out here looking all silly because all the
Hella
memes and
silly.
shit are about her. It ain't about him.
Exactly. People are dragging this poor woman, talking about, oh, no wonder she got cheated on. This is what she looked like. I'm like, damn, bruh.
Yeah,
Hey, damn. I mean, I get it. No
and a
matter
lot of it
what,
was
no matter.
women.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. The men are on his ass. You
Yeah,
understand me? The men who are any involved in any way, shape, or form in this are on his ass. We don't give a fuck
yeah,
about her, and that's just. I mean, not to put it so bluntly, but look, we do not give a fuck about Mrs. Jackson. We get it. You know,
hmm
shit happens. But him, after what he did year in and year out against the black man, talking, just talking down on him and making it feel like, okay, he's not good enough no matter what he does, unless, you know what I mean? I was like, okay. And then he did it all in the name of God, whether you're religious or not, spiritual or not, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
He did it all in the name of God. And then he turned around and be just like Bernie Mac and Friday. We're gonna get a
for
little
real.
prayer. Yeah. You know what I mean? We was just praying. We was just praying.
And I guarantee you that's kind of how the angle he got them at. It was from probably like a religious standpoint, like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do anything like that. But it's just like, come on, bruh. Like, really? But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that like now she got to clean up his mess because, he out here acting fucking wild.
Right.
Same thing with Gary Owens. Apparently, he was fucking around on his wife, but she just went nuclear on his ass.
Man, she put a
Yeah,
Bible verse there, said, let's fall with a pretty much. Yeah, I mean, just to sum it up, I didn't really,
yeah,
read the whole thing. I just Bible verse was like, look, y'all can have it.
for
But
real.
that's the problem with a dude like Gary Owens. He never really, how do I put this? He just now started getting real from his talent, right?
Hmm.
He wasn't ever getting that kind of attention until like right around now because he just now started getting that attention. So that's
Yeah,
all new. He gonna take advantage of it, which he did. Unfortunately, he got caught. Or
which is kind of
fortunately, if you're the
crazy
women.
because his wife was a big part of his whole act. Like him
Absolutely.
him and Kevin Hart, they relied on that family angle like pretty heavy in their last few specials. And for him, like him, I mean, not necessarily like praying like, oh, I got a black wife, but like his family dynamic was a big part of the act. So I
Absolutely.
mean,
I would say Gary even more so because the fact that he was talking about his family, he was talking about his mixed family and a
yeah,
social culture and that kind of, what I mean, he's trying to bring everyone together and weed out those who would shun such a culture or such a
yeah.
relationship. So now he just ain't shit. I think Gary Oldman is fully black now. He out here fucking around with these hoes, ain't taking care of his money. He done fucked up his little career. I'm like, hey, he wanted to be a nigga so bad, nigga here.
I mean,
You want a nigga, nigga here.
like I don't see it like messing up his audience and all that, but like yeah, man, it's just like I wonder what the new special gonna be like. What's the new material gonna be like? I mean, what you as a single father and shit? Like,
Right?
so I mean, we'll see how creatively how it affects his approach.
You gonna be playing that tambourine like Chris Rock?
Yeah,
Tambourine,
yeah.
motherfucker, tambourine.
But with like Derek Jackson, man, I think like his whole
uh,
brand is shot. Like you were supposed to be the guy. You
right?
portrayed yourself as the guy, and even though we shouldn't have ate that up, like we still did. And for you to, be short of that, like, I don't think his brand's going to recover. I really
All
don't.
his credibility is shot.
Yeah,
All of it. It doesn't matter what you say, because at the end of the day, we just gonna be like, but dude, you publicly got caught cheating on your wife.
yeah.
That's
And
all you're gonna say.
and plus, he's more of a social media influencer. So like, without that influence, it's just like you're just nothing. You know what I mean? So like, if people decide to not like tune into your shit, you're nothing. You're just a regular motherfucker again. All
Get
that
back to
revenue
that.
stops.
And here's the crazy. This fool is only 5'6".
Oh
You
no, I think
understand
that's a
me?
lie.
You think
I
so?
heard he's
From
six
what I
feet.
hear, if he only 5'6", man, I'm gonna go kick his ass. Hell, if he's 6 feet, if he's 6'8", I'll go kick his ass. Man, look, I just don't like the way he publicly and consistently put down the black man. It was too much. It was literally too much. Like, bro, you just doing way too much to make yourself quote unquote look good because you're in a excuse me, a stable relationship with a woman who loves you. Obviously, you don't love. This kind of goes against my beliefs, but obviously, you don't love her because you're doing what you're doing on the
Yeah,
side, and
yeah.
and then you got this poor woman sitting there holding your hand, telling her to ride it out with you, and she going for it. So she love you, but you don't love that woman, man. You
Yeah.
don't love her.
It's like, bro, you could choose to be a hoe like the rest of us and not get married and,
You feel
enjoy
me?
being single. But instead, I mean, you get married and still, getting your cake and eating it too. So it's like, you can't be both, motherfucker. Like, you got to choose. Choose a fucking struggle.
And I think he chose the Bernie Mac and Friday way.
Yeah.
That's like the perfect way I can sum him up. Talking all that good shit, but as soon as it's clear, ain't no eyes on you. You doing the, you know what I mean? You ain't doing the
And I
Lord's
mean,
work no more.
that's true self behavior because it's just like, bro, like, you shouldn't have to put anybody down to lift yourself up. And like, I've never ever felt jealous of another man in that regard, where it's like, all right, I'm gonna shit on him just so I look good in front of these females. You know what I mean? It's just like, nah, like that's not
Hey,
what we
say that
do.
shit again for the people in the back. You understand me? Say it loudly for the people because, bro, they don't understand that. You don't have to put down another man just to make yourself look good in front of you. You know what I mean? You don't have to do
Yeah,
that. If you do
yeah,
it, I mean, that's your character, and I don't fuck with you, but
exactly,
you don't have to.
exactly. If I got to do all that, then I don't deserve it in the first place. It's like, all right, cool.
Right.
Like, I shouldn't have to do that shit. And like, I mean, we should be better as men, specifically like black men. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't got to do all
Hmm.
that. But I mean, fuck niggas gonna fuck niggas. You know what I mean?
I understand
Um,
that.
next headline. We talked about Sharon Osbourne last week, and she has officially been fired from the talk. Um, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think that even with all that happened, you think she should have lost her job over that?
Well, she didn't necessarily say anything out of line.
Hmm.
Um, and to be perfectly honest, I don't think she was fired. I think more or less she resigned, but like a forcible resign, like, hey, you should probably, step down before we have to let you go.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, because she did, walk off a live set. In any type of business, you can't be doing that. I mean, just walk off the job and think you're gonna come back, rob or something at the very least. So her walking off of a live set and making such a big deal out of this and defending so like aggressively Piers Morgan's right to say what he wants to say, it doesn't make her look great,
Hmm.
but she's right. He can say whatever the hell he wants to say. It doesn't make him, out of pocket or anything like that. He didn't really say anything along the lines of racism or whatnot. But again, I haven't followed what they said so closely, so I could be
Yeah,
wrong. But I just don't feel that she should have lost her job because she really didn't do anything offensive
yeah.
besides support her friend. But I understand why it happened.
Like the way it sound from what I've read, it's like there's like little stuff happening behind the scenes, And
Hmm.
I think it just added up, and I think this was like the big ass needle in the haystack that like finally broke the camel's back and all that, you know. Um, I don't think she should have lost her job if it was just based off of this one incident. Like it was bad form on her, and I mean it did definitely make her look bad. But I don't think it was fireable. But like just hearing from like former co-hosts that used to be on that show and the way like some of them the hosts were like interacting with them, it sounded like it was
Hmm.
kind of like a toxic like environment from the get go, and that this is just her, you know, the crows coming home to roost for her. You know what I mean?
So
Um,
she's kind of like always been like this.
I wouldn't
Agree?
say necessarily like this, but like I mean, yeah, as far as like you know, telling Cheryl Underwood like you don't deserve to cry type shit. Like I think it was kind of on that on par of that, like where you know she said some things that weren't necessarily like in good form. So it's just like, all right, like after a while, it's like, okay, we got to address this because now we got people, you know, that used to work here coming out, and you know, everybody's kind of pissed off at her. I think they could have resolved it though. Like, I think they could have came back, you know, said a little something, you know, to open the show, and then just keep it moving, you know. But like,
Right.
yeah, her like let her insecurities come out just because they're talking about her friend. I get it as her friend, but like I think she internalized that as, oh, since I associate with him, y'all think I'm racist. It's like nobody said that. You know what I mean? I don't ever
Yeah.
think anybody said that. Nobody said he was racist either, technically. They said he was saying shit that was racially insensitive. I mean, it's a big difference, you know what I mean? But
Right.
I mean it's just unfortunate, but like I mean, it is what it is. Like, I mean, obviously she did something where she kind of pushed them to fire her. So, I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
tripping off of it.
I mean, at the end of I mean, just like the which is right now, we're very chimed in talking about it was disgusting when the commentators for a local sports team in Buffalo talking about not a local sports team but a local radio show talking about black women as burnt toast or something like that.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
heard about this?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Come on, you guys. You gotta be smarter. When
yeah,
you're in the media, or you're in the entertainment business, or you're in any type of business that involves you with the public in any way, shape, or form, your words are more lethal than you think.
yeah.
You
They should know
know?
that more than anybody.
Exactly. You're professionals. You're making your living off of this, and you haven't done enough of your job. Whether you believe on what you say or not, you haven't done your job well enough to stay ahead of the social climate because you're still saying stupid shit on hot mics,
Yeah,
openly, and then you come with these lame excuses like, "Oh, I don't really mean it," or "It was just a joke," or "I was on these medications that messed me up." Come on, come
my blood pressure. It's like what?
like come on. I've never in the history of everdom heard of somebody's medication making them say racist shit
Yeah,
unless they're an Alzheimer's patient.
it might be reliving the past. I don't know.
Exactly. That's it. Now,
uh,
ask these LVNs, ask these, these registered nurses and things like that. Alzheimer's patients forget everything except that you a black N word.
yeah,
They forget Christmas, they kid's birthday, but as soon as they see your black ass walking there, N word.
yeah. Who's this black bitch? Like what?
Like, goddamn, you done forgot my name and your name, but you know I'm.
Yeah, for real.
Right. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, that's so true. Like, 'cause, I mean, the media a lot of times when they're interviewing stars, they try to get like those, you know, topics. You know, they try to push those buttons, see what they can get out of people. So for you to be that, you know, for you to slip like that, like it's like, come on, that's not cancel culture. That's just you getting fired rightfully. Like
Right?
if me or you were at our job and had a meltdown like that, and was, you know
Right.
what I mean, doing all that shit, like, yeah, we probably get at least written up. And if we were doing all that shit behind the scenes, yeah, they might let your ass go because it's just like, it's too much. So I mean,
Right.
I don't think that these particular cases are like cancel culture gone wrong. Like, nah, it's just you fucked up. You know what I mean? You can't be calling people burnt toast and dropping M bombs because somebody kneeled for the anthem on hot mic. Like, it is what it is, bro. But yeah.
Right.
All right, for our next topic,
Yes,
uh,
sir.
Tyson Holyfield. The negotiations fell through for the third fight, and I'm wondering, like, do you think it'll get done, and do you think we should ever try to have this fight after seeing what Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. did? Do you think we should have this fight at all?
From what I heard, $25 was offered, or $25. That'd be funny. But $25 million was offered and turned down by the Tyson camp for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. I never believe the hype of a fight until I see a date. Then I'm like, okay, let me see what I want to, if I want to be interested in it or not. Do I
Hmm.
believe that this fight should even happen? No, not really. But I get that they're capitalizing on the one of my main hates right now is nostalgia culture.
Hmm.
I really hate nostalgia culture. Like, I get it. You'd love to see the great ones be great until they can't be great no more. These two people, they can't be great no more, y'all. Like, let them do their thing now. Let them go off into the sunset as is, bro. Stop trying to make them come back and do these things to entertain you. Stop rebooting old shows. They just rebooted Punky Brewster.
Yeah, I saw that.
I remember Punky Brewster this much, and I was alive, like good and alive when it was on. I don't even care. I don't even remember what she looks like. I just remember Joey Lawrence going, "Hello." That's it.
No,
That's
that's
all I
Blossom.
remember.
That was Blossom.
I
You
was
mixing
like,
them up.
that's you see.
But
That's how
but they
much I
trying to
don't.
they trying to reboot Blossom though.
You see. You see. Now that's to tell you how much I don't care about that old stuff. Like,
Yeah,
let's give these new actors, new talent. Give them the chance, you guys. Come on. Stop rehashing these with talent from back in the day. I don't know what you
hmm
have against, I'm talking to Hollywood right now, but I don't know what you have against the new people coming out trying to do their thing. But I promise you, it's going to backfire if you do not start signing into these deals.
yeah,
Look at YouTube, look at TikTok, look at all these Quibi, look at all all these other types of things that like are building their own original shows and films. Y'all gonna lose out on some real talent because of whatever's going on in Hollywood, where you want to keep, bringing back these people who, even when the show was hot, was still.
yeah. Because I mean, I heard they're trying to do a Good Times cartoon. I'm like, why? Why are you trying to make a cartoon about the project? Like, anyway,
Oh,
we had the
it's
CJs. Like, if you're gonna
irrelevant.
bring that back,
That type of poor living is irrelevant to today.
yeah,
That type of Chicago poor, it
yeah,
don't.
they done
I don't
knocked
want to
them
say they don't.
projects down.
Right. It don't exist anymore. You know what I mean? That type of poor ass living. Like, motherfuckers will go and get some money. Or if they
Hmm.
trying to have a morally conscious family like James Evans and his family was, where they at? Because if motherfuckers is hungry or you can't get the rent or what have you, I guarantee you in 2021, they not doing what they was doing. They not praying and trying to throw a party. That's no, 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 no. They going to get that bread
Yeah,
by any means necessary. You
that
know what
is
I mean?
so
So
true.
you feel me? So to bring back good times to now and try to make it anywhere like that, it's not gonna work.
See, I never even thought about that because, like, yeah, that was pre-crack era. You know what I mean? So it's like,
You feel
yeah,
me?
it was a whole different hustle and all that. But it's like, yeah, if you want to, let me see Good Times in the '80s updated with the crack era. Like, it ain't gonna be pretty. It ain't gonna be fun. It ain't gonna be no dynamite. You know what
There
I
ain't gonna
mean?
be no dynamite, no Kool-Aid, no Bookman.
It's
You're
gonna be
gonna
like,
have a
let me suck
bullet
your
man.
dick for a ride. You know what I mean? That's what it's gonna
You
be
feel
on.
me? Shoot. Man.
But getting back to Tyson Holyfield, like.
Oh yeah, that's what we're
How
talking about.
I'm kind of split, man, because like you said, like I love nostalgia, but like Holyfield 58, Mike like 54, bro. It's like I like off of just I always wanted to see a third fight. I do want to see a third fight, but then when I think about it, it's like man, like these dudes are old. I just want to see them okay. That's all I want to see.
Exactly.
Like
I don't
Vander,
want
he
to,
sound like Riddick Bowe down there, like the way he
and that's
talks.
my fear, bro. I don't
Yeah,
want to see it. Like, for those of y'all that watch Black TV, Riddick Bowe recently did an interview on there, and for me personally, it was very, very hard to watch. I could only get through two of the segments. I still haven't gone back and watched because it was just real sad seeing bro just struggling with his words or the speech was slurred or what have you. He still,
it
I
was
feel like he
painful.
still got it. I
Yeah,
feel like he still got it, but to enunciate and make his true feelings known, it was just a tough watch, bro. So I was like, man, I can't do this. I can't do
because
this, man.
like I mean, of course he did it for the competition, but I mean he did it to entertain us. So you know what I mean?
At the
Like
end
to
of the day,
hear, yeah, to hear him slur like that, and to hear Holyfield, man, it's just I just want them dudes to be okay because they brought so
right?
much joy to a lot of people, and it's just like now that we know the effects of CTE, like like they're probably struggling like to a degree at the very
Mm-hmm.
least. So it's just like, man, like I just want these dudes to be okay. But then the sports fan, I mean, was like, all right, maybe Tyson, maybe Holyfield, they can do it, but like, I'm good without it. Even though I want it, I'd be good without it. 'Cause I just rather see them dudes all right. Do I think it'll happen? I think eventually they'll figure it out. They'll have a little something. Um, I'll tune in, but it's just like, man, I'll be conflicted about it.
For sure. For sure. Like what Tyson and Roy Jones was very much, still with his and cognitively sound and all that. And Mike still, for the most part, is cognitively sound and with it and all that good stuff. So I didn't really see like, what I mean, too much badness with that, if you will. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, let them, do their thing. They middle-aged dudes. And for Mike, what Mike said, what did it for me was when Mike said, if I don't put these, it's not about the money. I want to be happy, and I'm happiest when I have these gloves on and I'm out here doing my thing. I'm like, I can't say nothing to that. If
Yeah.
that's what makes you happy to be out there beating up people, and what I mean, if that's what's your release, so you don't put the gun to your head or whatnot, by all means do it. You know what I'm saying? But with Holyfield, we know he got kids, 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 and he need money, bro. He need
It's all
money.
about the money.
And unfortunately, he took too many headshots back in the day, man. So
Yeah.
I, I understand. Tyson, Jesus, man, we should start just to go fund me so he don't have to go boxing.
Yeah. Because I think Evander fought until he was like 50 damn near. And it's
Yeah.
just like, bro, like, come on, man. I know you're doing this for the money at this point. But
Mm-hmm.
like I
He's
understand the competitive, like, you know, juices flowing in these guys because like you only have a limited window. And once that window's over, you can never do the thing you did before, really. Like, yeah, Michael
right.
Jordan could go shoot some baskets, but he ain't gonna never get that feeling of an 82 game season and competing with the best of the best. You know what I mean? I know the guys they miss that.
You think Michael Jordan could still give you what? Let's say 10 minutes, 12 points?
Jordan, he could probably give you like he could probably give you 10 points in a limited like role, yeah. But
Like,
just
if you
because I
give him
mean
like,
he's a smart player. But I mean it
right.
just depends. Like his body now he's even older than his wizard days. So it's like it doesn't matter how smart you are, like the body it stops reacting after a certain point, man. And these
Mm-hmm.
dudes, like they're way more athletic than, other years. Now if he was playing back in the day, oh yeah, he could have played like 25 years probably. Because I mean, it was all this, and I mean, I think Jordan was ahead of his time as far as like athleticism. Like we ain't seen a motherfucker like him back then, but like now
True.
everybody's got that Jordan athleticism now, but they just don't have the smarts.
Right. I wonder what Jordan would have been like with handles. Like if he had better handles.
I mean, he had decent handle already. I mean, he wasn't like Kyrie, but like as far as the flair and all
Exactly.
that, but he had the handles to do it, get his shit off. You know what I mean?
Like he could create space, no doubt, but he couldn't like just bust a defender's ass.
Oh yeah, he could. And then he had the big ass hands, so like he could palm shit and like do certain fakes that like most motherfuckers can't do because like he got the massive ass fucking paws, man.
Shit, what was we talking about? Oh yeah, Tyson Holyfield. Uh, if it happens, it happens. I just wish the best for both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't want, especially I just don't want anybody to get hurt too, man, because Mike
Right.
looked like he was out for blood with Roy Jones. So it's
Man, when
just
you
like,
heard that pit bull growl when he was out there, I was like, oh hey Mike, hey, hold on, brother. This is just for a little bit here. You ain't supposed to knock him
yeah,
out.
and I think like Holyfield's probably in a better position and better shape than Roy Jones was, but still, like, I don't want to see one of them dudes get hurt in the ring, bro. You could die out there.
Absolutely not. Absolutely, yeah. You don't want to see that shit go down.
Yeah, with that said, I got 20 on Mike though.
Oh God, oh God, oh God.
Yo, president said he plans to have an 8-year term. Uh, so, what do you think about Uncle Joe at 78 talking about serving until he's what 82? I mean, shit,
Look, man, the
82,
queen is in her
86?
90s, man. The
Yeah.
queen is in her 90s. They same technology was keeping her ass alive to keep money like Joe.
Uh,
We're getting these 1400s.
bro, that's different though. The queen, she don't rule shit. Like parliament, and they got like a prime minister that actually governor shit. She's just like the Kardashians. That's what they are. They just
So,
stay
so, so,
funded.
right. I mean, you missed the point though. The point is she's still alive. We want
Uh,
to talk if she running shit. We're talking about she's still alive. That's
she
all
ain't the
Joe.
leader of the free world.
All Joe needs to do is stay alive and avoid any unnecessary stress through the like war or something.
Bruh, every morning briefing is probably stressful. It's like, dog, like that's you saw Barack. Barack, he was one of the younger presidents in past
Right.
years. He went from like, oh, okay, dude's like barely 40 to like, dude was gray and he looked beat shit toward the end of his shit. Like, bro,
Hey
like,
man, they were stressing the man. They were stressing Barack, man. They was like, look, man, what you gonna do, brother? Don't nobody have to help me with this? No, we ain't helping you with shit. What you gonna do, brother? He ain't get no help, man.
dog,
They put the world on this man's shoulders.
I don't think Joe got it in him. I mean, I hate to say that. It's like, bro, like at this point, we're just happy to see this dude get through a fucking press conference. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, man, like I don't know. Unless,
Savage.
unless they stop
Savage.
having this dude on camera, you know what I mean? Like then it's like, like why
Look,
haven't we
man,
seen the president?
everybody knows stairs are a trick, right? I know what you're alluding to. Everybody knows stairs are a trick. I mean, you ain't paying attention one or two times. You trip, pop, 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 do that trip up them stairs. Don't worry about that, man. He gonna get this right. We're trying to
I
out
mean,
there get this stimmy.
I'm not trying to be ageist because I mean I know older people can still do stuff, but it's just like, bruh, this is the most powerful job in the world, and you can barely put sentences together, a speech together, bro. It's like, come on, man. You talking about 8 years, dog. I'm talking about 8 months, and that's best case scenario, dog.
Look, man, Kamala gonna do a good job when she get up in there, bro.
Pretty much. I mean, she just on deck. Like that's all it is. Like shit. All right,
You know
but
what
I
I
hope
mean?
Joe
She just
sign
wait
off
for
on
strike
another.
three. That's all.
I hope he sign off on another statement before he exits out. You know.
Hey, Moneybag Joe, way to go. As you go, stimmy,
He said,
stimmy,
here's
stimmy.
5 racks. I'm about to go to the nursing home. Y'all be good now.
All right, now good looking, Uncle Joe. And you throw that money in your pocket. You know what I mean? And hang on to it. Shit. They owe us that. We've been a year in quarantine and lockdown and all this. Motherfuckers still ain't been back to work. Motherfuckers still getting sick. Motherfuckers still ain't listening to mask mandates. Motherfuckers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's been a year. They've lost more than $5,000 by not working. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
if they do something like that, it's the least they can do. It's kind of, you know what I mean? You do what a stimulus is meant for, to stimulate the economy, stimulate these people's bank accounts, and make sure that they're not stressed out about getting put out, about, you know what I mean, not being able to eat, about not being able to pay for this, that, and the third, you know,
Yeah.
medications and whatnot. That's what it's really supposed to be for. So, yeah, well, look, man, sign up on the other stimming, head to the nursing home, but keep that rolling.
It's funny how
On this
people like.
cash.
It's funny how people look at that. Like they look at it like, oh, it's a handout, and they look down upon it, and it's like, no, it's not a handout. It's my tax money coming back.
You feel
Like
me?
that's
You
all
feel
it
me?
is. Like, but some people
Yeah.
just are brainwashed to think like every little thing is like a handout. Like, no, no, no.
Because they feel that's the people who look down on welfare generation doing that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? They feel, oh, I didn't work for this. This is just a hand. No, motherfucker, pay attention. Be
Yeah,
smart. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, uh,
And I think like this pandemic bit a lot of people in the ass because like a lot of those people lost their jobs and now they're in need and they're like, wait, where's my help? Like, nah, yeah, remember that shit? Like, nah,
I'm gonna take it a step further. They not only lost their jobs, they lost their careers, things that
yeah,
they went to school or trained or what have you for. They lost
yeah,
that. They not coming back because their companies that they worked for or what have you no longer exist due to closures.
yep,
So they're not even coming back, even if it do open up. Notice I said
yep.
if, not when. So I'm all for every stimulus they throw at us plus two more. You
Oh
understand me?
yeah. And like I think I'm one of the fortunate people that still got to work this whole time and didn't have to, worry about a check. But like at the same time, it's like I've been risking my life the whole fucking time. Like, bro, you know how many people I go through every day? Like, it was just like ain't no hazard pay or nothing like that. Like, it's like I'm gonna take these damn stimmies because like, bro, it is what it is. Like, I'm still
On
like I'm
God.
grateful, but it's like at the same time, it's like, bro, like y'all ain't doing shit for us, really.
You understand? That's what it is. And that's what it is. Sure.
Yep. Let
What
me
else been
see.
going on in the world?
Melly Mel, the original greatest rapper ever, was recently on Vlad TV,
Hmm?
and he said he could easily beat the likes of Eminem, Jay Z, Biggie, Tupac in a battle. Pretty much saying like he's got 40 years of experience and that they can't survive. They couldn't survive in his era. And I know every great MC is supposed to have that confidence, but do you think that he's been a little delusional, or do you think he's being a gatekeeper and not showing more love to the people that came after him? Do you think he could have beat those guys he listed?
Check this out, man. I was watching that interview from part one all the way to where it's current, right? Maybe
Mm-hmm.
minus like one part because I just missed it and I don't know which one it was. But
Mm-hmm.
when he said that, like all the way up, I was like, okay, I'll feel this. I understand your thinking there. That makes sense. And he said that. I'm like, oh, this man is smoking dick. Straight up. You can easily beat arguably this battle rapper of all time, arguably, who's literally made a career off of ending people's careers and just picking on people until they end their own career. You, Melly Mel, the message, Melly Mel, can do that. Come on, bro. So I was like, okay, let me hear why he says that. And it's not so much that his mentality says he can do that. His thing was what was the subject matter going to be? You can't talk about being a killer or selling drugs and all this because that's for the street guys. Street guys don't rap. You bring that in here, the real street guys are going to do this and do that to you. I rap about X, Y, and Z. I'm like, okay, I understand that, but you're wrong, brother. You're absolutely wrong, Mel.
Mm-hmm.
These dudes don't have to rap about killing. They don't have to. The ones that he named anyway. They can just flex on you with their stats. That their lyrical wordplay is probably way more advanced than those. You know what I mean? Because yeah, he's got 40 years, but it's 40 years in New York. These dudes been all around, you know what I mean, the country, the world, everything. They can talk about a lot more things, I feel, than Mel could.
Yeah.
So no, he could not beat an Eminem. He could not beat a Jay-Z. He could not beat a Tupac. Definitely could never beat a Tupac because Tupac didn't even rap about killing really until later in his career. And he definitely could not beat a Biggie. Thoughts, sir?
Oh, and like yeah, the whole subject matter thing. I thought yeah, I thought that was BS because it's just like yeah, Biggie rapped about certain shit, but like that doesn't mean he can't adapt to your era and still have the same wit, the same flow, the same everything else. Like subject matter is probably the easiest thing somebody can change. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like artists reinvent themselves all the time. So yeah, I don't agree as far as like, yeah, they couldn't survive my era. Well, Melly Mel, like you haven't survived past your era. Like once Rakim and them guys came along, it was over for him. Like he just didn't do well in other eras. Like I don't think he ever released like an album in like the late '90s. Like it just the bars weren't there, bro. Like it is what it is. Like certain artists
Right.
have that longevity where they can last. Like I heard Slick Rick on West Side Guns album last year, and like dudes,
Think about that.
he could definitely last in this era still because he still sounded fresh, like and he didn't sound dated. Whereas
And
guys like
think
Melly
about
Mel,
that, man.
they sound
Think about
dated.
that. I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, think about that. Slick Rick, a children's story, 80 what? 87, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
Melly Mel and them, same era. Who's still relevant? You know what I'm saying? That's what it's
Yeah.
really all about as far as hip hop and the rap scene. If you can stay relevant.
Mm-hmm.
E40 and Too Short, 30 plus years. They're knocking on 40 years of making rap and hip hop very fucking relevant. And I mean very. People will not.
Yeah.
I can't understand his thinking. I mean, I do because I'm an objective person, and I'll consider their way of thinking what it is, and then my way of thinking, and try to blend them together and make whatever sense I can. But for him to just go out and say he could easily do it, no challenge, it's a L for them, a dub for me. That's not okay. That bro, you gotta have to back that L up. And if you're doing it for clout, like you just want to get something so you can get back into it, then say that. Say you want to start up a versus battle or something like that. But don't just say it because you over here trying to, be machismo and all that. I mean, that's you gonna fuck around and injure the rest of your career, bro. Whatever's left.
It's good that you brought up Short and E40 because like he's probably like 5 years older than those guys. You know what I mean? So that just gives you a reference of like, all right, like he just didn't last. But like, I mean, Melly Mel, he was great for his time and like he's one of the all-time greats. But like, he's kind of always been that way. Like anything that's kind of came after him, he kind of like undercuts a little bit. Like, oh, wasn't that nice? Like, yeah, because like once Kane and KRS and all these guys came in, they changed the game, and then from there, the game just kept evolving. Some say for the better, some say for the worse, but I mean, it just kept evolving. But yeah, as far as him beating those guys, I mean, I expect him to be confident in himself and to think he can beat those guys. But I don't know if he could really. I mean, I'm sure he could do a little something, but like Eminem, Biggie, I don't think he could get those guys because like they're just too clever, too witty, and like their style is more fitted for the rap battles today. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I think Melly Mel, like he just never evolved past anything pre '85. I mean,
Which
it
is
is
B
what it is.
boy, which is B boy party. You know what I mean? That type of thing. The house
Yeah,
party. B boy and anything. I want to say anything pre gangster rap is what Melly Mel is. Before
it really.
NWA got going, that's
Well,
Melly Mel.
he's like pre golden era because like they wasn't even talking about rocking jewelry and shit like that. when Melly Mel was on top. Like they were on some
True.
rock star shit, but it wasn't until like Run DMC came through with the Gold Ropes and LL, and
Hmm.
people started getting a little bit more swaggy with it. But he predates that era, and I think he probably feels like he gets left out because he's one of the pioneers of this shit. And like I understand from that regard, but it's like, bro, like the game went on and did some amazing things musically after you.
Right.
Like you can't pretend like that shit didn't happen.
But if he feels left out, let's say he does feel, it's kind of only his fault. You know what I mean? Because from what I understand, he said in the interview after Cowboy, passed away or whatnot, like that was the glue to the whole Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, right?
Yeah,
Like so, Cowboy passes away, and they all just kind of break apart and crumble. It's kind of still on you as a man, dude, to persevere and go forward for even for Cowboy, not only yourself, but just for Cowboy, man. Like, but if you want to live in that era where you just this is what like I mean the high school dude who was super popular, captain of the football team, prom king, and then everybody graduates, but he's still at the high school
yeah.
mentally. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I see Melly Mel.
I think it's like he just burned way too many bridges. Instead of like embracing guys, he was kind of like hating low key. And I think that just rubbed guys the wrong way. Like they respect him for what he stands for, but like they don't really give him opportunities to like, do business and shit. Like you said, E40 like probably like 5 years younger than dude. And he's embraced like the younger generation. They always got him on all his songs, and like that has kept him. That's a big part of him being relevant. Like just him never being a hater and him embracing like the youth, and not even like he doesn't even sound like he's trying hard on their records. You know what I mean? But
Right.
like it sounds organic. Like he really appreciates their style. So I mean, that's just the tell of the tape. Really, like uh, you're only as good as as you treat people. Like the people that you shit on are literally the people you're gonna see when you fall down. And they might end up being your boss and shit. So it's like I think Melly Mel, like he just kind of his brashness and his attitude kind of cost him a lot of opportunities. But yeah,
And it
yeah,
is what it is.
I don't think he could really hang with some of them guys because like a lot of it has evolved. I mean, there's bars and then there's just the style and the wittiness with it. And I think like
Right.
Biggie and Eminem specifically, those guys have they're probably ahead of him.
And even if he feels like he could, put your money up, or I mean, put a song out. Don't
Yeah,
even diss nobody. Just put up some bars you've been working on. Do something. Make
yeah,
us feel like okay, he's got an argument here. Right
yeah.
now, you don't let TV fit to me, so it is what it is. But I
Okay.
digress.
You ready for some this or that?
Oh, we done with the headlines for sure.
Oh yeah,
You know what
yeah.
it is?
All right, this or that. Would you rather be a star player on a sports team, or would you rather be a role player that gets paid decently and wins rings? So star player, you get the money, you don't necessarily win, but I mean you're known. Or do you want to be a role player? It gets like say 5 million, a solid amount, and then you get the rings. Which would
Look,
you
man.
rather be?
I didn't go to the Brian Scalabrine School of Flim Flamming the leagues out of money and prestige. You understand me? I want to work hard. I want to be the leader. If I'm on there, it's for a real reason. He was on there to get garbage minutes on every team he was on, every last single one of them. He was never. I'm just going at Brian Scalabrine, but because you know where I'm going with it, and I don't like
Yeah.
Scalabrine. You know who else I don't like is that damn Anthony Johnson from the Magic when they run in what was it, '09. He looked like a recluse. Like he just came into the ring. Y'all got five. Y'all got five. That's how he came in. Can I get next? Y'all got five? Can I run with you? That's how he came in and fuck Anthony Johnson. I got problems with dudes like that, man. You're too content to be a role player. You have no drive really. You know what I mean? You don't have you're content with sitting here and collecting a couple rings off of the hard work of other people. Fuck out of here, man. I can't
I,
do
I
it.
think everybody has to play their position. Like, I think people get it fucked up because they see guys like Scalabrine, like he ain't one of the best basketball play, the best, like let's say 1,000 in the world, 1,000 basketball players in the world. It's like we saw him bust that kid's ass in that viral video just now. But it's like, bro, you got to realize some of these dudes were the best in their states, in their cities. Like they won probably national championships in high school and shit. Like they were the cream of the crop. Just because a motherfucker averaged 2 points, I don't necessarily mean he's bad. It just means that's the competition. Like the competition is crazy. Um, for me,
Time out. Time out. Before you say this, Brian Scalabrine is from Long Beach, California. Do
okay,
you
LBC.
understand how many people come out of Long Beach playing hoops? And you telling me this fool is one of man, hell no.
Yeah,
Hell no.
yeah. Like, bro, come on, man.
He went to
Like,
USC. I had to look him up. I had to look him up because you know what I mean?
like people shit on
Come
like
on, man.
Jared Dudley, and it's like Jared Dudley was nice as a high school player. Like, he was nice. Like, don't get it fucked up.
But
Just because LeBron and him is better than him, that don't mean you are. Like, you will get your ass busted.
man, you gotta think though. You don't peak in high school. You make it to the league, you're supposed to go in there and peak. You can't go to the league and be trash if you coming straight out of high school.
Not everybody's gonna be stars. You know what I mean? I mean that's just the reality of it. Like, some people bloom late, but it's like, I mean, there's better talent. It just goes to show the level of the competition. Like, yeah, you could be great as fuck, but like, there's somebody 10 times better. It is what it is. For me, I'd be good with the role player situation because it's just like, all right, bro, like I'm all about winning and like playing the right way. Like if I got to be on the bench for us to win, hey, it is what it is. I just want to win, get my check, and I mean from there you could parlay that to like inside the NBA, like Kenny Smith's had. Like Kenny Smith, like he was cool for a minute, but I mean he won them rings, did his thing, and then got out.
But you don't get a nickname unless you was good at something. You know what I mean? He was Kenny the Jet. I mean, he was quick.
White Mamba.
No, no,
Come on, nigga.
that's a pair name like a motherfucker. Ain't no such no.
I'm just
Mm,
saying, bro. And like
no,
some of
man.
those guys are like what kind of more beloved than some of them star players.
So Alex Caruso is currently 10. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, Alex Caruso, he's a big thing. Like, so I noticed with Laker fans, like they just randomly love these like guys that are on the bench, and like he was one of those guys that was very, he had a great player too, and like people just love him. So now if you bring him up in a trade, it's like, no, we ain't trading Caruso. Trade Kuzma, who we drafted probably before, dude. Get his ass up out of here. But don't touch Caruso. Like those fans and teams, they're adhering to those type of players because they respect the grind, they respect the hustle, and they respect these guys' game. You know what I mean?
Well,
Where
I
not
do.
so much
I
the
do.
star players, you know, because like say the Knicks, like the way they treated Melo, like you know what I mean. Like some people were shitting on Melo, you know, saying he was washed and all that shit. Like, so it's
The
no
Knicks,
guarantee they're gonna love you
Melo never got a good team with the Knicks. I'm sorry.
because he took that
Every team,
contract.
yeah, they couldn't pay no damn body. So he just never got a good team with the Knicks. Yeah, he got to go home and he got to play, but man, did you sacrifice your good years up there, man? And I mean, he ain't gonna get a ring, and that
He,
sucks.
he
I
should have
feel
went to Chicago. He fucked up.
him, D Wade. Who else gonna be there?
It was Derrick Rose, Noah. That's when they were like really good, like his MVP season.
Okay,
So like,
yeah,
yeah,
that
he
would have been
dropped the
some
back to back.
firepower right there. Yeah,
Yeah,
with a little bit of defense. I ain't even gonna hold you. Some firepower with a little bit of defense, because Joakim know he can play defense a little bit at that time.
yeah. So
And
I
so,
mean, he would have been perfect for that team, but he chose the money. So it's like it is what it is. But yeah, I choose the role player because I just want to win, get my money, and call it a day. I mean, yeah, you'll make more money as a star probably, but like, can you imagine playing like Minnesota for 12 years? Ain't never been to the playoff. Like that shit gotta suck, bro. Like that's gotta
hey,
suck.
man, KG did it for quite some time, brother.
And it broke him damn near. He was on that bed talking to John Thompson, crying, talking about, I'm just tired, man. Like I'm like, damn, bro.
You ain't gonna talk about KG like this, man. Me and him got the same
Right.
birthday. You ain't gonna talk about him like this.
Hey, man. I'm just saying, like, I'd rather, enjoy the shit and still get paid. So, but I
And
guess
I
that's what we
guess
get.
exactly because you ain't gonna be on the same bench for all 12 of those years as a role player. You don't be bouncing around the league until they bounce your ass out.
That's kind of cool. Like, I mean, I'll be cool with seeing other cities, living
All
in
right,
other
man.
cities. You know, I mean,
No hometown love.
uh, who gives a
Your
fuck
jersey
about my
ain't never
hometown?
gonna. Your jersey ain't never gonna sell. You ain't never gonna be able
Okay,
to find yourself in the video game. What you talking?
okay. I'm getting paid, right? Yeah, I don't mean shit.
I'm still going for the star player, man. Because you still, cause just because you're a star player, I mean, I understand that it's not guaranteed that you won't win a ring, but it's a very good chance that you will win a ring because you could attack
Right.
other star players. Now, in this day and league, hell yeah, look at the Nets.
1 out of 32. Like them chances are horrible.
You can attract other star players, man. Look at the Nets right now.
You got to have
Today.
something. So if you're on the Orlando Magic right now, you saying you could attract star players? No,
But who's down there already?
bro, that don't matter. That don't mean shit,
It, it do mean shit. What are you talking about? If I say, yo, they got the money in Orlando, yo, let's go down there and make something happen.
bro. Kawhi Leonard didn't want to play with LeBron James and AD. You feel me?
Kawhi's different. I feel like Kawhi was trying to break up that big three bullshit because he was trying to put only two superstars on each team instead of threes and making it only two or three teams that come out of each conference a viable contender in the playoffs.
And before the Lakers got AD, nobody wanted to play with LeBron on the Lakers. Like people don't talk about that. Yeah, they don't talk about that, but like, yeah, nobody was coming to LA unless AD happened. Like that trade was so pivotal, like it needed to happen, or like LA would have been screwed.
Look, man, we don't know what was going on behind the scenes with LeBron and when he got to LA because there was those first two seasons were kind of trash,
That's
like
what I'm
kind of
saying.
hell. Like, but we got the talent we needed, and people started coming around because they knew LeBron, man. If shit ain't going his way, hey, we need to have a meeting where we get these bums the hell up out of here, and it happens. Then it happens on every team he goes to. If he don't feel like the team's performing the way it should be, I can go get who to come on through. You just got to get rid of these bums. So he's uprooting your family, your home, and all that off of the words of one man. I can understand how that would rub people the wrong way.
Fade on side. Easily.
But I guess that's where we're going to defer. So,
For real. All right, next. Would you rather prefer Taco Bell or Chipotle?
my stomach says Taco Bell, but my health says Chipotle.
He's in my health
And
with Chipotle.
let me put it like this, man. Chipotle had too many E. coli scares for me, bro. I'm good off of them. For a while there, every month it was
Yeah,
like you got some more E. coli found at Chipotle. I was like, ugh, come on. So I'm
that's
gonna rock
why.
with the Bell, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's even close. I think I go with Chipotle, man, because like Taco Bell fell off. Like Taco Bell's on some Burger King shit where it's like, ugh, remember they?
They fell off. That
They're
was
like that
funny.
motherfucker you got a crush on in high school, and then see them now like, ah man. Yeah, hey, how you doing? Hey. Like, the motherfucker fell off. Uh, Chipotle, I mean, hey, what, two or three E. coli scare? Like, everybody done had a E. coli scare at one point. Like, it ain't shit, really. Like, all right.
No, you ain't gonna speed past that. Everybody had an E. coli scare. Come on, bro.
You
Oh,
ain't, you still eat Jack in the Box, right? Remember
they
in the
had that E.
90s?
coli scare. No, that wasn't.
Nah,
Well,
yeah.
it was.
They had
I
a
wasn't eating
bunch
that
of
Jack in the Box in the '90s like that though.
but you still eat today, right?
Yeah, but that was in the '90s. Shit happened. That
Nah,
shit go.
nah, nigga. Chipotle happened a few years ago, like 5 years ago.
And then they had to have sensitivity training up in there.
I, I mean, shit. Just don't get my order wrong. You call me a nigga, like, but just don't get the order wrong.
Yeah,
You
I
get
put
my shit
extra E.
right.
coli in there, nigga. You you want some? You want double meat? You cool?
That is some free guac, boy. Like, okay, okay. I take it. Thank you. Yeah.
What kind of salsa you want, Spain? Like, what
Like, it's like,
hey,
damn. Well, I
God
mean, yeah.
damn.
I mean, shit happens, you know.
No,
And
nigga,
plus,
Papa John's, man.
yeah, motherfuckers fickle. Like with me, bro. Like, I used to like Papa John's, but when that shit happened, like when he was wilding, it was like, I can't be fucking with you no more, bro. Like, and
You
like
used
I'm
to
true
like
to that.
Papa John's, like willingly liked Papa John's.
Papa John's is straight, bro. Like that, it's most of that damn dipping sauce, whatever that shit was. That butter, that garlic
That
sauce,
garlic butter, that was
that
garlic
butter.
butter.
That shit was
Because
on good.
otherwise you're gonna be tasting fucking cardboard. Now you got garlic butter cardboard.
That shit was hitting. They need to sell that. But yeah, stop fucking with that. When they had their old CEO, like he was talking that shit. I ain't fucking used Uber ever since. But like people,
God,
they're real fickle. Like you notice, like when y'all's go, Lil Wayne, when he took that picture with y'all's old president, and y'all
yeah, it wasn't my
motherfuckers was
president.
like, y'all was like, oh, we nah, cancel, he cancel, we ain't doing that. But then he dropped that damn mixtape, and y'all was talking all about the mixtape now. I thought he was canceled, but y'all was the biggest one. I'm
Like,
just saying
yo,
now.
low key. I was like, when because my friends texted me, they was like, "Hey man, what's up with your boy?" And I was like, I look at my phone. Look, look, man, I don't know. It turned out he did it because he knew them 10 years was gonna disappear. What would you do? Take 10 years, go into prison on a gun charge, or just take this little picture real quick and him pardon that shit?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey,
Exactly. You're
hey,
gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Unless you I mean, hey, if you like prison, I mean, go ahead. If
if you
that
like
I mean,
prison,
yeah,
I mean, you
some
take your
people
lump,
don't.
you take your lumps, man.
But he didn't have to. See, that's the cool thing about being rich and famous. You don't have to take your lumps. You just don't have to. There's always a loophole for you.
Oh yeah,
And
oh yeah.
his was, look, man, I'm gonna take this picture with this dude, and he gonna pardon me off of this 10 years. He got small kids still, man. He got to be around. You know what I mean? So I don't blame him for it.
I didn't knock Wayne for that because I mean I kind of saw I didn't put that past him, but like at least he did it in a way where it was like, yeah, I'm trying to get this hookup pretty much. That's pretty much why I
It
figured.
was obvious, right? He did it, right? Like he made it kind of obvious why he doing it.
Where you got those opportunists like Diamond and Silk and like the Hodge twins, like they switch it
Oh,
up just for a check, and it's like,
yo, those two
yeah,
motherfuckers, bruh. Lord have mercy.
oh yeah,
Yo, I don't know what's wrong with them two, bro. Like they man. And now they all asking, can we come back to the barbecue? Man, if you don't go sit the fuck down somewhere. And
yeah,
who said it
Stacey
was okay?
Dash.
Oh yeah, I'll let her back. Anyway, who said it was okay for people to say, You know what I mean? Come back to the barbecue. That's a stereotype in its own. Like, stop that shit, yo.
Yeah.
Stop that. Like, tell them
Yeah.
it's we're not culturally accepting you right now. Because if some shit happened to them on some hate crime type shit,
Mm,
that's where we gonna know. You know what I mean? Like, do we really want them back? Or are we still riding for them because they're brothers and sisters? You know what I mean? Some shit like that.
yeah.
But this whole to the barbecue, nah, not everybody go to the barbecue. I do, but you know what I mean? Not everybody go to the barbecue. Not everybody at the cookout. Some people don't have that luxury.
I can't sell out for the check. Like Wayne, that's a little different. That's freedom. Like,
That's the only one I can
I
forgive.
ain't snitching on nobody, but I mean that's freedom. So I can see that. But like the diamond and silk, we acting buffoonish, like for the check.
Yeah.
I just can't do that, bro. And like, I mean, I hope they got paid well enough because it's like now it's like, oh, you that bitch,
They
I
didn't
mean,
get
Stacey
paid well
Dash trying
enough.
to crawl
They blew
back.
that money,
Stacey
apparently.
Dash was all tripping. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with being conservative, but it's like I just think like you're being a caricature of something that people wanted to see, and it's
Right.
like, bro, like what the fuck is that? Like, yeah, I can never stoop down that low to,
Oh,
be a
don't worry
fucking
about it.
clown.
I'm gonna go get Stacy. We're gonna talk about it.
This
I'm gonna
nigga.
tell her, you leave Stacy alone. We'll be all right.
Like, can you get this Negro? He's talking to me.
Like, but ma'am, she was over there brightening her skin and shit. I was like, Stacy, Stacy, Stacy. And Lord Voorhees, same way.
Well, no, Lark, she had medical issues, so like that's why her appearance and she was going through shit, man. But like, yeah, with Stacey Dash, like she was just really being extra. She was bleaching her skin and shit, like talking down, looking down on black folks. And it's just like for real, like, all right, chicken, now you want to come back and say, hey, I messed
Don't worry
up,
about it.
y'all. Them checks
I'm gonna
stopped
go.
coming in. Nobody give a fuck about me now. Like,
I'm gonna go
it's like,
get her. I'm
no,
gonna go educate her. I'm gonna sit her down. You know what I mean?
shut the
Feed her a
fuck
little
up.
bit of chicken.
Yeah.
Look, man. Look.
Unless you making Gang of Roses too, I ain't trying to hear from you.
Hell, I forgot about that damn movie. Shit. All
But
right.
yeah,
What was
the
the question?
Taco Bell and Chipotle. Yeah, all over the place. But yeah, I'm
Oh,
going.
damn.
I'm going Chipotle. Like,
We gonna split because I'm gonna go Taco Bell, man. Can't leave without the cheesy gordita crunch.
yeah, that bullshit.
Yeah,
Okay,
good too.
next on the list. Would you rather have free gas or free groceries for the rest of your life?
Free, free gas or free food. Shit, man. One's more expensive than the other. You understand me? I'm gonna get them groceries, pimp.
Oh, easy.
Look, I'm going easy. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna fill up. I'm gonna fill every card. Look, let's go. Let's get it going. That gas, 40, $50. I'm back at the crib unloading all my free groceries
For real.
that I
Shit.
didn't pay for. And I didn't pay that $300 trip for, you know what I mean? So this one's a check in the gas. I mean, in the grocery department, man.
Easy, because I mean, we moving towards electric cars more and all this. I mean, gas it's not gonna be that big of a deal anyway. But like groceries, yeah, you always gonna have to eat, and you see how like the cost of groceries has gone up, over the years. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, it be hitting people's pocket. Even like just feeding a family of four is like just fucking almost racks of money. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, free groceries for you. You never worry about being hungry when your next meal gonna be. I mean, that's peace of mind in that regard. So now you use your
Right.
money for other things.
Hell, and even if you don't get the gas or whatever, right? If you live
Mhm.
close enough to the store, you can just walk to that motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
You know what I
simple.
mean? Walk to get you some groceries. You can make that every day. Just go get a meal a day or whatnot. You ain't got to get it all in one fell swoop. Make that
Yeah.
happen. So, yeah, man.
Plus, I know how to make my shit last with my gas. So it's just like gas ain't really a big issue, but the groceries, man. Especially when it's like that in between week on your payday. It's like, oh shit,
You
okay,
understand me? I'm
this I
fixing to
gotta.
go through that on Monday.
Yeah, I can't get this, but I gotta get these things, you know.
You
So it's
understand
like,
me?
all right,
That's why we need you to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that, baby. We trying to get paid.
he said we trying to get paid.
We trying to
Shit.
get paid, please. You see the price of gas in California, man? It's ridiculous.
You know the crazy thing is I never noticed the price until I'm pumping gas. And it's like, oh damn, we went up that much. Like shit.
That
Like what's
shit
going
be
on
hurting my
here?
feelings, bro. That shit
Yeah,
be hurting my feelings. I'm like, oh, because I be having my music going. I'm like, oh, let me stop and get gas from it. Pull in, hit the lights a little. Everybody notice me pulling
mhm.
up. I'm like, oh yeah. And I look up like, oh, 375, 389. I was like, oh.
Like you can't ever call yourself going to the cheap gas station because them motherfuckers expensive too now. I'm like, bro, like
Mm-hmm.
y'all just hitting us in the head. I hate that.
And with no cares, no remorse, no sorries, they don't even kiss you first. It's just give me your money. Give me your money.
Like you trying to go home, right? Trying to get to work, right? All right.
Yeah.
Like,
Make it happen. Run me my fatty. Shit.
yeah. Nice doing business with you.
Pretty much. Gas people
But
don't turn
yeah.
into child support people. Shit. They hit you. Whether you
Oh
want to
yeah.
or not, they hit you.
And plus with the food, man, like shit, I'll be flipping shit. I'm like, oh, y'all trying to get some steaks? I got these steaks on deck, my dude. Like, what's up, bitch? Like, give them to you for cheap. What it do? Like,
Got it for cheap. Got it.
for real.
Got it.
You
Yeah.
say you want some shrimp? Okay, I got you. Yeah, for the birthday
Got it
party,
for
right?
cheap. Got you.
Yeah,
Stupid.
I'm telling
All
you,
right,
bro.
so it looks like we both going with groceries on that one.
Going groceries. All right,
Boom.
next on the list. Would you rather skydive or go scuba diving?
How long you got to go scuba diving for?
However long you want. Let's say an hour.
Because a
Really?
skydive, you got only so much time in that air before you safe again. An hour scuba diving. uh,
Can you swim?
I can swim. It took me 17 and a half years, but I know how to swim. I remember the day I learned the doggy paddle. I was at Mount Miguel High in they
Yeah.
pool one summer, and I was just like tired of bullshitting at the
Kiddie
corner or
pool.
whatever.
Yep.
I just kicked off. You know how you kick off and act like you can swim, and he was like, oh,
Mhm.
oh, I just swam right here. And I was like, nigga, you didn't even make it hair. But then I just started doing this and kicking my legs. I was like, oh, look at that. I'm kept going. I was like, okay, that's the doggy
Yeah.
paddle. I just mixed it up. Now I got that, that, what you call it, arm over arm, I guess. I don't even know what you call it, but I can do that
Yeah.
shit real good. Now I can swim like a fish.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'd probably go skydiving because like scuba diving seems cool. I can't swim though, but like assuming that I could swim, I mean, it seemed cool. But I think like, after a while, it's like how long can you look at the ocean floor and like all that shit,
There's nothing down there.
especially if there's nothing happening under there. Like you don't see like the fishes, like crazy beautiful fishes, and like a dolphin or some crazy shit. Like, what's the
Another reason
point?
why I'm picking skydiving. I don't care about sea life. I don't even eat seafood. You understand me? I'm not trying to be
Oh,
down
you
there with them.
crazy?
That's their home. That's their home. I don't need to be in their living room talking about what's going on, trying to dap them up on the side and this, that, and the third. I'm gonna go spend whatever. What's it like 7, 8 minutes in the sky before you safe?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Shit, I like flying anyways. I don't even like boats.
The only thing is that the parachute don't open up. That's that ass.
Hey, on my tombstone, brother, he was here for a good time, not for a long time. Put that right there, because look, man, if I got to go young, put that here for a good time, not for a long time. I'm doing that skydiving. Though. At one point in time, I do want to, check that off the bucket list. Skydiving.
I had a chance, but yeah, I bitched out at the last second. But I wish I would have went that one time because everybody seemed like they had a good time. But You know what it is.
Everything that's like super exciting like that, and everybody make it. It's always a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man, it's like that.
Yeah, it
But
sounds like we both going skydiving.
yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right. And okay. Hood classics. We're talking about the hood classics. Uh, which one would you rather have? Not have, but this or that. South Central starring Glenn Plummer or Colors starring Robert Duvall. Shit, what's old buddy's name? I forget. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And I'm going South Central. OG Bobby Johnson, baby. Show
OG
you right,
Bobby
Ray Ray. Show
Brown.
you right, Ray Ray. Come on, man. That one was to me was more relatable. I mean, I didn't too much care about the point of view of the cops. That's what Colors was to me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Uh, South Central, a lot of that stuff was just iconic to me. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like when the little boy tried to steal the radio, got his back blown
Mhm,
off. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't never visit nobody in jail, but when he was visiting his dad in jail or whatever, when
mhm.
dude put the potato on the barrel of the gun, what? That that part right there, say less. Motherfuckers started getting potato stock shot up 50%.
Oh, I bet.
Motherfuckers was buying potatoes like it was like they was trying to open up a damn fish fry store.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all you got to do to silence your gun? Put a potato on it, man. Please, man, please. Motherfuckers was copping. It's like, oh, we about to have mashed potatoes and gravy the hard way.
Um,
Yes.
yeah, like so I think South Central is one of those like underrated like movies in that era. 'Cause, I mean, you have Boys in the Hood, you had Minister Society, like, and I feel like they probably
Juice.
overshadowed it a little bit, but like I think
Because of the
Glenn
star power.
Plummer, yeah, that too. But I think like Glenn Plummer, his performance in that movie was probably the most powerful out of like all them hood movies. You know what I mean? Because you saw
Absolutely.
he transformed from like a gangster to like trying to be a reformed like man and try to get his son back.
Which, sorry to cut you off real
Yeah, go
quick,
ahead,
but
go ahead.
that was something that was actually happening in California, Southern California, to be more specific. Motherfuckers was real starting to realize, but they weren't being taken seriously. The error of their ways, and when they trying to be
Yeah,
a reform and go talk to the kids and try to get people to stop doing it, they weren't being taken seriously. But when he started to do it in that movie, it was just kind of like, hey, that's literally how we're trying to treat those dudes who was in the street doing dirt, and now they're trying to
yeah.
clean up. They weren't listening. You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
even though like there are elements that are authentic in both movies, I just feel like Colors with like Sean Penn and that like it's uh it's more it feels like a movie. You know what I mean? It's more cinematic as far as like the way it's played out. Like
Mm-hmm.
with with South Central, there's characters in there like you can relate to, if especially
Right.
if you grew up in like Southern California around that time. Like there's people that you can relate to in that movie. Whereas like in Colors, it's more just characters. But yeah, I definitely like South Central better. It's just more memorable to me from like that time. Like I know
Right.
the biggest thing I remember about Colors was the Ice T song. Like you know what I mean? Like that was what
Colors.
made it. Yeah,
Colors.
that was the
Colors.
coolest thing about
Colors.
that. Like
True.
the movie was
The
straight, but
soundtrack,
like yeah,
the soundtrack to Colors was beaten at 48
yeah,
time. That was a good soundtrack.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, I'll definitely have to go with South Central on that one.
For sure. I definitely do. And like to this day, if you catch me, out and about people, and you ask me something that's like a yes, I still say for sure, Ray Ray. I'll show you Ray Ray. Excuse me, but I say that like just on the everyday, just because of
Yeah,
that movie. So yeah, man. I was going South Central, bro.
Easy. All
Easy.
right. And our last this or that, Chance the Rapper or Childish Gambino? Which one you rocking with?
Both very amazing artists, very skilled at what they do. With that being said, I'm going Childish Gambino because of his extracurriculars that he can also do besides just rap and be in the music industry. That makes sense?
No, we talking strictly music though.
Strictly music though?
We gotta have strictly music because like Chance, he don't do a whole lot of TV and all that. Like, yeah, he was in a movie, but like he doesn't like have enough credits to really fuck with like Donald Glover in that regard.
Okay. So if I do it that way, then I gotta go like still with Childish Gambino. I know more of Donald Glover's, aka Childish Gambino's music than I know Chance's music.
Yeah,
Like, and I've given Chance a fair shake of
yeah, yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Yeah, but I just know like Sweatpants 4, one of Childish Gambino's best songs,
yeah,
if you ask me. Besides This Is America. But I've seen Donald Glover create a beat in an interview, and while he's creating the beat, he starts freestyling to it, and then it's a song. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I've seen it from scratch. He's like picking out this, that, like, no, I don't like this. And then he just starts freestyling, and it's a song. So I gotta rock with Childish Gambino if we're just doing music alone.
Like I don't get like some of the like Chance slander. Like I'm not talking about you per se, but like I've heard people like make it out like Chance sucks. I know his last album wasn't that great. But like I love the acid rap. I love the Color Book was cool.
Mhm.
I think he's talented, but like yeah, like I think people are just kind of it's in vogue to pile on to him right now, since it's the popular thing. But it's just like, all right, I want to say I probably pick Childish Gambino because I feel like recently he's been more consistent, and I feel like he's improved as an artist and a rapper. And so I mean, like I, I I think I think he'll probably age better, even though he's older. Like his music and style is going to age better than say Chance, because eventually Chance is probably going to have to either reinvent himself or he's going to have to go branch out and do something else, like to stay relevant. Because I mean,
Right.
hip hop is a young man's game. It is what it is. Even though older people are still around, but like if you don't adapt and like evolve, like you'll get lost in the shuffle real quick.
Really now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Uh, and again, I could see myself listening to, This Is America 10 years, 15 years from now, whereas I can, I don't know if I'll be listening to Chance, one of these Chance songs from right around now and that
I don't
time
ever,
period.
I don't ever think like "This Is America" as a song is all that brilliant. Like it's cool. I think the video is what does it though. Like
I mean,
I don't listen to Thriller, but I'll watch the shit out the video of it. You feel me? Yeah, like man,
you be in there practicing the dance moves. That's what that is.
yeah, like it's like when motherfuckers just listening to Thriller in the whip, like, all right, we can skip. Like, but that video comes on, I'm watching the whole thing, even if it's the behind the scenes shit. Like,
And I ain't gonna hold you. That part at the end used to scare me when he turned around and his eyes was all like demonic. I was like, oh shit, let me turn the channel.
see, that's the
Damn.
motherfucker that Derek Jackson was trying to warn these chicks about.
Man, when you think about it, no disrespect to Michael, but in his videos, he was a fuck nigga, man. He be coming through, taking people's girl, dancing in their house. You know what I mean? Making a mess, beating up cars that wasn't even his.
Yeah,
Hey, man, you wilding out here in these streets, Mike. What are you
for
doing?
real,
What are you
for real.
doing?
He was on some other shit.
You know what I
Like
mean?
that
You
nigga
know
be
what
canceled today.
I'm saying?
Like nigga, that was the way you make me feel good. That's street harassment, my nigga. Like she just trying to chill. Like you
Yeah,
following
she
her
trying to
around. Like
way you make me feel. And he
because
grabbing
you
her
got a
hand.
fresh curl, my nigga. That don't mean shit. Like
Yeah,
relax.
man. If I was Eddie Murphy in the Remember the Time video, man, I would have ran his fade on sight. What you doing coming in my house talking about you remember the time with my girl, bro?
I mean, but that was like the Mac. I mean, she chose him. You know what I mean? Like it ain't his fault.
Yes, it is.
It
You
ain't
didn't
his
have to
fault.
be in my house. How you gonna pull up to my crib and some gold sandy shit, making a mess in my living room, telling my guards to go this man, I'll beat your ass
Mm-hmm.
on everything.
Yeah,
Shit.
true.
Talking about some come here, girl. No. And she gonna get up, man. You can have her if that's the case.
Uh, my shit was
That's what the
always
real one would have said.
that black and white video when the faces changed. I was like, oh, that's freaky as fuck. Like he was just black. Now you a redheaded white woman. All right.
You're trying to tell us what's up there. Like, look, y'all, this is what I'm fixing to do. In real life, that's what I'm fixing to
Which face?
do.
But back to Childish Gambino and them.
Oh shit! I was like, oh, that was the question. I literally paused to think, what was the fucking question I'm about to
I
ask you?
yeah, I think I'm gonna just go with Childish Gambino because he's just better right now. Um, but I mean, Chance has songs. He does got some songs. I don't know why people hate on him, but I mean, he could be a cornball. But I mean, all these entertainers, they're
Look,
cornballs.
man,
Like,
I hate people who think cornball means unsuccessful, not cool.
yeah,
It's that shit irritating. I am going to be an ally of the 9 to 5 person because I'm sick and tired of people making people feel inadequate for not doing
yeah,
something either wildly risky or illegal or you know what I mean in order to get ahead, and they're just doing what they know to do to get man. Fuck all that other shit. If you're doing what you need to do and that's getting you where you want to be, boom, right there.
oh yeah,
You're doing all right by me. Stop with
easy,
trying to listen to these people and keep up with them Joneses, bro. It ain't worth it.
easy.
I
Uh,
probably gonna have to make a song or something where I put up the 9 to 5 person, bro, because I'm sick of it. Seriously, all these
yeah,
people talking about start you a business, get you an LLC, do this, do that. Like, shut up.
because you know what it
Let
was
motherfuckers
when
be happy. Sorry.
remember Jeffrey Owens from the Cosbys when he got caught working at Trader Joe's. Like that just really bugged me because I saw people taking shots like, oh, this nigga working at Trader Joe's. Like he's working an honest job and he's doing it to
Right?
support his family. Like, why are we knocking this guy?
You
Like,
right?
should that be enough? Like, yeah, he was on a sitcom like 30 years ago. Like that money don't last for supporting characters. Like, and I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
he was still
It's
kind of doing his acting thing, but he was just in between stuff. So
right. Like the
he,
gigs don't come in when you weren't relevant for that stretch. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They're between the Cosby Show and Trader Joe's, very, very limited his, you know what I mean, his gigs. He was
yeah.
definitely dependent on the Cosby Show royalties, and that was cool. But then when they pulled the plug on that, hey man, you got
But
to do what you got to do to make the ends meet.
but even that, like, they only get paid so much. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
Cosby is getting paid for that. Him, he probably could pay some bills, but it ain't nothing significant to like, all right, let me take the year off and like he's still a working actor. He's got to find the next job. And when that
Right.
shit went down, it was just like, man, like you asking them to be providers just because he's working, an honest job that, is not like 6 figures and shit. Like that doesn't mean he's not like doing his thing as a man and as a father. Like we should give
Right.
people
Now,
credit for doing that.
what if, what's the narrative if the royalty runs out, he's panicking, he starts going robbing people, or you know, what I mean, starts stealing from X, Y, and Z. What's the narrative then? Oh, another, you know, what I mean, '80s actor, black man
Yeah. He
doing this.
was,
Nah,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna ridicule him for that. So it's just like it's a
So,
lose lose. But I'm glad he
and
ended
I'd
up getting
rather
caught
lose
like
with
that.
right. I'd rather lose with a job and no handcuffs on. You know what I mean,
Yeah,
and taking that other risk.
but look how it worked out for him. He ended up getting way more jobs just because of
Hmm.
that whole like people just trying to get clout, trying to expose people. It's like
Exactly.
it ended up being his blessing. So it's like,
Right.
I mean,
Tyler Perry's like, oh, you need a job, my dude.
yeah, everybody not gonna be rich. Like we should give people their credit for just, being themselves
Absolutely.
and doing things, the right way. It is what it is. But yeah,
If everybody could be rich, everybody would be rich. But that's just not how it's
exactly.
going to be. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because then how would we know what's poor if you didn't come from it?
Exactly. Some people don't want
So
to own a business. They want to just, get a paycheck and call it a day. Like, I mean, that should be all right too.
it should be. It shouldn't be frowned upon. It shouldn't be
Huh.
ridiculed. And I truly am just fed up to here with it.
Yeah.
Up to here. Like, stop doing that to people, y'all. Knock it
Oh
off.
yeah. All right.
Oh, and I'm going Childish Gambino on that. I don't know how we
Yeah,
got
me
there,
too.
but
Yeah. So yeah, we go Gambino right there. So top five for this week's top five. Give me your top five favorite comedy specials.
and I got my list right here. So let me pull that up real quick. You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You go first.
All right, give me 1 second. Where is my notes? There you are. All right, so I'll start from five. Um, just because of its recent,
It doesn't have to be any particular order, like just your favorite five.
Oh, okay. Well, then in that case,
But if you want to rank them like that, do you
I
think?
mean, mine are ranked, but that's why.
Okay, go
Like,
for it.
so I'm going 5-1. Five being, I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, Dave Chappelle, Sticks and Stones, a fucking heavyweight hitting ass special, if you ask me. I remember seeing Netflix say Dave Chappelle, Sticks and Stones has been released. It was August 26th, my brother's birthday. I was up around 11 o'clock. I saw it. I was like, man, let me just go grab some lunch real quick and come back and watch this. I forgot what the hell I was eating because that special was so damn good. It was unapologetic. It was I don't give a fuck. It was I'm sick of this. Let me just say what I want to say, and I loved every last single minute of it. Every last single minute of it.
I think I see I gotta watch it again, man. Cause like it was cool. It was good, but it was like, it just felt it didn't feel off, but I just felt his other ones were better. And it was just like, okay, this is just another good special. He padding the stats. But like, yeah, I
Spoiler
didn't
alert.
go for it.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. He makes the list again. My list again. Just so you know.
Okay. I just think like I kind of feel like people were making a bigger deal about that special than anything. I don't know why. I was just like, yeah, it was funny, but like it wasn't that deep. Like we
Oh,
can't we're not writing papers about it. Like but I
it,
get it.
it, it was it was that deep, man. It was that deep. He went in on everything that people were afraid to talk about, and at least to me. Like you gotta,
But yeah,
to
he's
me, I
been
was just
doing that.
listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But this one was unapologetic. Unapologetic as fuck. He's like, I don't even care anymore. Like, he just said it. You know what I mean?
I just felt like it like he was kind of harping on some of the same things that he did in like the previous one. It's like, all right, like I get it, like they still after you, but like how many transgender jokes am I gonna hear? Like I get it,
Hey,
but it's
look,
just like, come on,
he even
bro.
said
Like,
it in there. He's like, I can't stop making jokes about these niggas. Yeah, man, help it.
it's just like, all
But
right,
anyway,
bro. Like, I mean, like you know what I mean? It's just like they were still funny, but it's just like, all right, like this is my third special. You talking about this shit? Like shit, like all right, but all right,
it's still a prevalent issue in the community.
hey, all right, what
All
you got
right.
up next?
Number four, Eddie Murphy's Raw. Not
Raw.
delirious, but Raw.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Classic special. It's literally 1 month older than me. Came out April, what was it, 20th or April 19th? I was born May 19th. So it's like
Mhm.
literally 1 month older than me. Funny as hell, one of my first stand-up specials I actually got to see.
Mhm.
Um, to this day, I still can laugh at it like it's the first time I've seen it. The woo,
Oh yeah.
that right there. Pull over. That's still comedy to this day. Yo, I couldn't make this list without putting that on here. Number three, Chris Rock's big ass jokes.
Big ass
Good
jokes.
special. That's a good
Which one
special.
was that
Very
one?
underrated. Huh?
Which one was that? Was that his very first one?
I think so. Unless
Was it
there was
like a
one
half
before that.
hour? The,
Yeah, it
the
was the
one before
HBO
Bring the
special.
Pain. Okay.
Right. It's a good special. I'll let you go back and watch it so you can get familiarize with yourself with it. It's actually a really good special. Very underrated. It's showing you a young Chris Rock with that fucked up ass hair he had.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the afro was trash. Man. I
Yeah.
was like,
It was struggling.
number two, Dave Chappelle's For What It's Worth. Not killing him softly, but for what it's worth. It's the one that you knew Chappelle at this point. There was
Yeah.
nobody who didn't know Chappelle at that point. It was the 2006 special where, what the fuck is Juice?
Yeah.
The Indians. I
Mhm.
wish I was dead. I want to go to your TV and meet your chief. All this. So uh,
Uh,
I
see,
want to put.
I think that's like probably a top two for me as far as Chappelle goes. Like it's either that one or the one I put on my list. But I mean, yeah, I think that was the one where, especially that joke, "How old is 15?" where you see him like analyze, like he takes a joke, but he's analyzing all this shit that's outside the joke, and then he brings it back to the joke. And I think he perfected that in later specials.
Bro, I've heard stories of people who literally don't understand where Chappelle is going with his jokes
Hmm.
until he goes so far off to the left or to the right, and then he
Yeah,
brings you right back to center, and
exactly.
it hits like a hard left hook and it's you don't even understand, bro. I can't say enough about the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, like that in that particular special, I'm probably gonna watch right after this just because I want to see it again and again. It's so good.
Because he has you hanging
Joke
on
is still hit.
every word, and it's just like, where does he
Mm-hmm.
take it? It's like, yeah.
Yes. I'm Rick James, bitch. Hey, time out. Can we not call me a bitch in front of my kids, please? You know what I mean? So absolutely. That's number two. And the reason this is number one, it was the very first special I seen. I still
Mhm.
watch it to this day. I love this person. I love his honesty in here. It's Richard Pryor's live on the Sunset Strip when they was
Okay.
performing in Long Beach.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That damn I damn near say flawless performance. That damn
That,
special.
that red suit was iconic. Yep.
Absolutely. The red shirt with the black bell bottom pants. Come on,
Like he
brother.
like I think he bombed the show before that. So he had two shows at the Comedy Store. And that was his first special back, since his accident. Stevie
Mm.
Wonder and all these guys are in the crowd. And that the
Wait,
first
wait, wait.
show,
I'm gonna slow you down real quick. That wasn't his accident. That was the one after that. This one was the heart attack. He had a heart
was it?
attack when he was yes, he had the heart attack when he was like, don't breathe. He was like, huh? I
No, that
said,
could have
don't
been it.
breathe.
But I also think that was the first one since the fire accident when he got burnt too.
That was he was performing in Louisiana on that one. He had a gray suit with a red shirt. No,
No, that
no,
came.
the red suit with the black shirt, yes, but and he had the big afro, but that was actually the one after Live at the Sunset Strip.
Nah, red suit is Sunset Strip. Gray suit
I
is
promise
the
you,
one after that.
I promise you, Live at the Sunset Strip, he had a red
You trying
shirt
to lose the
and black
dub?
belt.
You,
I put that on everything.
you trying to lose the dub?
I put it on. Hey, y'all heard him. He dropped us to pay me $20.
I, I
Live at the
just
Sunset
watched.
Strip.
I just watched Sunset Strip. When I was researching, I watched Sunset Strip. He's in the red suit.
This is why we have smartphones.
This is
Right
how we
here, let
make
me.
money. You make money from these dummies, and then you start an LLC, and then that's when you really start making money. Get at it.
Oh snap! Oh snap! Prior live.
I'm gonna love spending this $20. You love it how we on air and we doing this shit, but I got to get this money. The grind never stops. Holla if you hit me.
Oh shit! I owe
Give
you
me
20
my
bucks.
money.
He does have this one. So I am a complete idiot, and I meant live in concert.
Oh,
I think
so
it was
you
the same
like
time I
live in
did this.
concert? You like great suit
Yes.
live in concert? Okay.
No. God damn it. So why do you not know this one? Let me find it really quick. Because
Which
it's the
one?
same damn one. You remember the one where he was talking about being in the woods with his dad?
I forget what special that is, but I do. Well, as far as set strip goes,
It's like
he
this one. Ah,
which one?
shit, I don't know if you can see. Hold on.
No, I probably won't
Hold
be
on.
able to.
Richard.
Can't
You
see
can't
it.
see it.
No.
Look up live at concert when he got the red shirt on.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. A gray suit,
No, no, it's
like
not a
not a
gray
suit,
suit.
but a jumpsuit
Not even a jumpsuit. It's a
or
red
whatever.
shirt, and he got
Yeah, I
some
know what
black
you're talking
pants.
about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
I'm
Yeah, yeah,
macho man.
yeah,
I put your ass to sleep. I'm macho man. Come on, dog. Flawless
yeah. That
performance.
that was a good special. But for Sunset Strip, that was the one where yeah, he bombed the first show, and then whatever the taping was, that was the second show. Um, but yeah, I like that live in concert one too, because I mean, I think that's him in his prime. You feel me?
Right.
Like right when people are realizing the genius of it.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's a good
So
find.
let me retract that one because I don't want it to be live in Sunset Strip. It was live in
Yeah,
concert. The
live
one
in
that
concert.
Patti LaBelle opened for him and whatnot. That one was
Yeah.
absolutely phenomenal.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's on
Phenomenal.
Netflix right now, so they can check it out. All right, my top five, no specific order. I'm gonna go Chris Rock, Bring the Pain. That was like the first major special. I think that one and You So Crazy by Martin. Those were like the first ones I remember ever seeing. So it was like, oh wow, like that's funny. Like I thought it was funny then. And I mean with that
Hmm.
one, he's got that classic like, black people versus niggas, you know,
See,
like
my Lord, I hate you.
yeah, like with that special is like a standard. You know what I mean? That
Hmm.
special is like the Temptations' My Girl for comedy. Like that's how big that special was. It's probably the best special of
Damn.
the '90s. I'll probably go that far to say that. Um,
Damn.
yeah, Chris Rock, like with that one, yeah, he was just on. Everything was perfect.
Chris Rock was running the '90s as far as stand-up comedy. Damon Wayans was trying to make a little noise, but Chris Rock blew him out the water.
Nobody was hot like Chris Rock, like at that time. Like there was nobody. Um, see, I went back and forth on this. I was gonna say Delirious, but let me go Cat Williams Pimp Chronicles. Like I remember when that dropped. Like I mean, there's all kind of greats, but when that dropped, I hadn't laughed that much in a minute. You know what I mean? Like certain specials are funny, but you're not openly laughing per se. I was
Right.
physically laughing with that shit. And like I remember motherfuckers was like going over the bits and all that like for fucking months. Like that was the thing. I think it was even before was that before social media? Or it was pretty new.
It
So
was around the time because I actually saw. Wait, so do you mean it's Pimpin' Pimpin' or the Pimp Chronicles? Because
Pimp
there's two.
Chronicles, the
What was
green
the
he had the green suit on. Deaf, you
Okay.
know that one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. When he looked like a leprechaun. Okay.
yeah, yeah. That was I think that one's a classic. And that was one that really like stood out in my mind. Then I'm going back. Let me go Sunset Strip prior. I like that performance. It's not necessarily him in his prime, but I just feel like that set was just really strong considering all the shit that was happening in his life and all that. And then plus it
Absolutely.
was like I think it was therapeutic, but it was still funny and he was still sharp on his game.
I mean,
Um,
not to cut you off, but I like how
yeah,
he
yeah,
came out. He was like, look, I don't know what the fuck gonna happen, but let's just get this shit going and we're gonna ride this motherfucker out. I like that, how he came out to that one.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
He was just honest. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do it.
yeah. Because that first show was so bad that like it was just like, all right, let's try it again next show. And then let me go back. Chris Rock. I'm going to Never Scared. That's the one where he has the
Beautiful
burgundy suit
special.
on. Yeah,
Yes, beautiful.
that's probably his best one to me personally. Even though
He's
Bring the
living
Pain
la
was my
vida
favorite.
loca.
Yeah, like that special man. Like he was just in his bag, bro. Like
Yeah,
people they sleep on Chris because it's like I think he's given us so many classics that like people just assume like he needs to get it right. You know what I mean? Like he can't
right.
have it on special. But yeah, that's probably one
Clear
of my
heels,
favorite
man.
ones.
Clear heels. Clear heels.
Yeah. Chris show loves sloppy joes.
Hey, hey.
He's got some shit on that one. And then
He's got some
lastly,
good shit.
I'm gonna go Chappelle. I'm going Age of Spin. I just love the way he kind of wrapped that whole special together,
Oh
especially like
wow.
with the OJ jokes, like the way he
Right,
just hit that, and then like just some of the topics. Like that was the first one where he obviously talked about the transgender stuff, and he really broke things down. And that was the
right,
beginning. I kind of liked that first one a little bit more than the ones that followed. I mean, those are still great ones, but like nothing's like hearing it the first time.
right. I just feel like in Sticks and Stones versus the Age of Spin, he just didn't
Mm,
give a fuck about sugarcoating it no more. He was being nice in the Age of Spin, like trying to just tell you, look, I don't have a problem with nobody. This is just what I'm seeing, and it just happens to be funny. Versus, look, I don't give a fuck no more. This shit is weird. I think it's weird. That's how I feel. That's
yeah,
how
I
I
think
talk.
it was him tripling down on his comments. I mean, I can respect that because like I'm kind of the same way. Like I understand if I'm being offensive, but like if I know I'm not saying anything wrong and it's just people in their feelings, I don't really care. Like I'm gonna stick to my guns. Like, bruh, I
Boy, I
didn't
know
say
that's the
anything
truth.
offensive. Yeah, I didn't say. I know, people know when he's saying some fucked up shit, but it's like I'm
Right,
never gonna do that. But like, it's like I'm not gonna have people bully me to speak, do groupthink and shit. Like, no,
right. I can't. I wasn't put on this earth to, you know what I mean,
yeah.
think with everyone else. I was born to think how I'm supposed to think or how I want to think, not what I want me to think. So, nah, I can't do that.
And plus, people they like. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's like they like to try to bully people. Like, if I said something, I'm gonna just. I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm gonna stick with the shit. Like, you can't you can't make everybody think the same. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
like, I mean, I just think it's kind of foul, like how people are they're trying to go that route, where it's like I just don't like what you said. Like that's cool, but like I shouldn't feel repercussions for that.
Right. I
But yeah,
mean,
that's why. Yeah.
that's kind of, damn, I don't even know if I can really say this correctly. It's kind of how the double-edged sword of being a white person in the media. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
you have to say things that are PC, even though you weren't raised that way and that's not necessarily how you think. But if you say how you were raised and how you think, it can be construed as or interpreted as racist or insensitive or offensive. But that's not so much the problem. It's it's how shit. It's how it's delivered by said entity. You know what I mean? If
Yeah,
they're just saying something, just to, because that's what they're saying, that's what they think. I get it. You know what I mean? But if you're saying something to intentionally hurt somebody,
yeah,
that's where they get in trouble at. You know what I mean?
yeah.
When you start
Like we
putting names on things or generalizing an entire gender of a culture, like that's how you get into trouble.
try to sensationalize shit. Like people see that shit, but
Right.
like I don't think it's that hard, honestly. Like
It's not.
I mean, like I don't think so. Like, cause like, bro, like even now, like this, say like we're men. You know, when I talk to women about women's issues and the shit that I see, like I can tell them I disagree with certain things without, being insensitive or disrespectful. You know what I mean? Like I
Mhm.
still talk freely, but like I mean, I'm not trying to like belittle or demean, their struggles or whatnot. But like I think people just, they make it more than it is. Like, oh, you can't even speak now. Like, I'm still speaking freely. I don't give a fuck. Like if I agree or disagree. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of
I,
why a lot of my friends like me because like I have friends from different walks of life. I don't necessarily agree with everything, but like I can still talk to them, and it's not me
right.
attacking. You see, so I mean, with that, like I think like some of these editors and these writers, they do foul shit and then oh it was a mistake and I need to be educated. It's like motherfucker, you older than a lot of people. You need education on this. You didn't know, the dynamics of this country. Like, come on, bro. Like, I mean, there's people do need to be educated, but I feel like some people use that as an excuse to make it go away. Let me meet with Al Sharpton and yeah, they'll just leave me alone. Like, no, like just be straight
It's
up.
it's kind of like it's kind of like rehab for people who were, well, celebrities at the time were, like sex harassers or anything like that. Rehab. I didn't know. It was kind of like they just go to rehab and make you go away until they out of rehab. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
going to rehab at one point in time. They got caught with some drugs. They got caught, being addicted to pornography. They got caught, having extramarital affairs because they're a sex addict and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
remember like for like a month straight, everybody was going to rehab until the shit went away. Now they out of rehab. I was like, hell, even the governor of California had to go to rehab for being a pervert.
Yeah. I mean, I just think like we do need to open the dialogue and let people speak, but then at the same time, it's like that's not a invitation to say some foul shit. I mean, you can, but like just realize certain if you have like a controversial like belief. I mean, just realize like there's consequences to everything. Like before you reveal that shit, like you should know.
Right.
Like we talk about media people, they should know. Um, I just feel like just make it about the story. Like the race shouldn't be like unless like it's a race article. Like race has nothing to do with it. It's just like me getting pissed off at you and saying, "Oh, this black bastard." You know what I mean? Like, why I got to be a
Right.
black bastard? Why can't you just be a bastard? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't see color, why you got
going,
to be this
hey,
black motherfucker?
going back to Richard live in concert.
Yeah,
White man get pissed off because they say, nigga. Now I got to deal with that shit. I am a man no more. It's the same thing. Why can't I just be a man and we getting into it? I got to be a nigga now. So
yeah.
it is what
But
it
yeah,
is, man.
I mean, yeah, Age of Spin for me, it was,
I absolutely love your list, by the way. It's great. Yeah. Do you have any honorable mentions? Because
yeah,
I
yeah. Go
do.
for it. Go for it.
Uh, Patrice O'Neal's Elephant in the Room.
Yes,
Mwah.
yes, yeah.
Say magnifique, man. It would
That
have
was
been
like my
up there,
sixth
but
one. That was
yeah,
my sixth one.
exactly. He was right there. He was pushing for a couple of motherfuckers.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
I also liked Gerard Carmichael 8, his HBO special.
You put me
It's
onto that.
titled 8. Yeah, it's funny. I mean, like he's got a deadpan delivery, but like it's so fucking genius seeing like his jokes. Like, oh shit, like he's a great writer. Who else? Um,
Dion Cole, another underrated comedian that should be getting more attention for his stand up is
yeah,
he's real
he's a
good.
great writer.
Dion
Yeah.
Cole, absolutely, absolutely. Another one who's like him, shit. It's gonna take me a minute to get his. No, it's not. D. Ray Davis.
Yeah, D-Ray is nice. Also got to show love to Martin. He's so crazy. Like
Yes.
people forget Martin was hot, man. At that
Mm-hmm.
time, he was like
You couldn't be
I think
stopped.
the early '90s. It was probably like all right, Martin. You know what I mean? Because the
Mm-hmm.
show, then the specials, and then the movies, he was on top of it. And then
Absolutely.
after that, like the later half of the decade, it was Chris Rock. And those were like the two
Yeah.
rock stars of the '90s because it just came out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Trying to think. Well, you got to remember at that same time, Bernie Mac was doing his thing. Steve Harvey, Seth the Entertainer, D.L. Hughley. They were very much involved in the comedy scene, and I don't
Oh,
know how they
definitely.
put together the Kings tour, but that was almost on my list, bro. Like the Kings of Comedy tour, that was a really good stand-up special, man. You get four people doing a thing at the best time to be doing a thing. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that was a really good one, especially like Bernie said. I also like said. Um,
Is it a consensus, or did everybody just say, you know what? Everybody was good, but out of all of them, Steve was like the least.
yeah, he was trash. Um, I didn't like DL really, but I feel like he's got way better as a comedian. So I like his older stuff. Also, shout out
Yeah,
to Wanda Sykes. Wanda Sykes got some good specials, man.
yeah.
Like
Here's
you can
something that
hear,
people don't know.
yeah.
Absolutely, Wanda Sykes is dope. I've been following her since I seen her on Comic View. That's like my first experience with her. But a lot of people don't know. I really dig the blue collar comedy guys.
Oh
Bill
yeah,
Engvall and Larry the Cable Guy and Ron White. Not so much Jeff Foxworthy, but those other three, absolutely.
yeah,
Especially Bill Engvall. He was the comedian for me for a good year. Like he
yeah,
was
yeah.
solid with this. The Here's Your Sign and a Dorkfish and man, I got to clap it up for him. He was doing good. What's a Dorkfish? Yeah, man. Give it up for them. That was a good
Okay.
tour. Um, any other honorable mentions that I mean, there's probably just so many.
There's a
As a
lot of
matter of
good
fact, I
specials.
know there's so many. We could probably
Yeah,
stretch that to 3 hours of tape if we wanted to.
yeah. We might have to do like another round of this, like eventually down the road. So, but yeah, like
Absolutely. You know? Or maybe when we get some more, if we get some guests on here, we can revisit it and ask them they top five. You know what I mean? Comedies.
yeah, definitely chop that up. Yeah,
Show
you know,
because people have different views of who's funny in life. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'll tell you what we should do. We should put together a list of the worst comedies you ever seen in your life. Comedy special.
Yeah, that could be another week. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we can do
that's
that.
a, I'm feeling that one right there. Like, who was just absolute cheeks, so wasting my time? Get the off my damn television. Why am
Yeah,
I letting it to you? I mean,
yeah.
besides that one chick at the comedy club that we was trying to perform, and she went in there and just killed the whole vibe.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Man,
Tragic.
tragic. I mean, yeah, those. But what's y'all's top five? Post below. What's your top five
Oh yeah,
comedy specials? Let's engage and see what's going on with that.
drop those. And trust me, if y'all put them in there, I will read them. I ain't got shit else to do. All right. You know what I mean? I'll read, I'll respond, I interact, man. Look, I'm just trying to be y'all friend. Okay.
Yeah.
Love me. Love Marby.
All right, my
Shit,
brother. That seems like it's been another good episode. Any final
absolutely.
thoughts?
And before we cut and wrap up, I want to give a special birthday shout out to my main man here. Happy birthday to my mother, my brother, my co-host, my one of my best friends, Mr. Marby. Always a
Oh,
pleasure to, you know what I mean, to tell anybody happy birthday, especially in this day and age. I just want to be one
yeah,
of the first people to tell you happy birthday. By the time they see this, I mean, your birthday gonna come and go already. So I just want to
yeah.
say happy birthday, brother. Many more to you. Much love.
I appreciate that, brother. Free Big Meech and y'all be easy.
BMF.